This is from our Armstrong Teasdale sponsors. Andy, Joanne, public companies have many tools to incentivize key employees with different forms of equity incentives, such as stock options and stock grants. As a privately held, family-owned business, how do you all incentivize your key employees with equity incentives while maintaining equity control?
Okay, I'll stand here because I can't see a lot of you over there. Two points here. First of all, my father did something really brilliant early on, and I can't remember when it occurred, but it was probably in the, I'm going to guess, early 80s or late 70s. But he set up a profit-sharing plan. The idea that a pension, we were a bigger company. People were starting to, very few were getting older, but setting up a pension facility, if you will. And he set up a profit-sharing plan, which was a defined contribution plan, not a defined benefit plan. And you all know what's going on today, particularly in the government, public sector sort of world with all that. It was brilliant. So we take about 5% of our pre-tax profits and put it into that profit-sharing plan. Early on, when he started moving to other cities, Orlando, very strategic decision to go to Orlando. He liked warm weather. But, and then Atlanta, and he sent those general managers out with an opportunity. They could either have a 20% bonus. He wanted them to be paid like he wanted the Lindberghs to pay him, the Cadillac folks that he used to work for, and we're still partners in the business. You could have a 20% bonus, or you could have a 10% bonus with 15% of the equity in that subsidiary. And that worked well for quite a while, and I call that class of general managers pioneers. Eventually, it became very cumbersome to do that because as we were growing the business, we would have to move money around to supply capital for other parts of the business, and you were losing a lot right on the lower. So we rolled them up and put them into Crawford Group stock. I think it was Crawford Group or Enterprise Holding stock. It really doesn't matter too much. So they had stock like we did, and I think there was as much, Jason, as 25% out maybe. And then as those individuals retired, there's a formula to buy them back. But after the initial pioneers, we no longer needed to provide equity to incent people to go out and start a new enterprise subsidiary wherever in the country or eventually in Canada, because it turned out that we, say, would go to Los Angeles and think that, well, we can get 10,000 rental cars in the street. Well, we ended up with 40,000. So obviously, the pay deals worked out kind of well for the pioneers. But we moved away from equity compensation. But the profit sharing plan really has worked well, and I think a combination of our profit sharing plan, and we did add a 401k element to that, so some of the 5% does go to a 401k match, is now well over $1 billion.